Hey guys, so the beginning of this video might be a little strange. I was going to do like a whole first trimester update, but it would have been way too long. So I'm going to break it up into two parts. So the beginning of this whole like story is going to be, maybe it might be a little confusing, maybe it won't be, but it's going to be how I knew I was pregnant and some other stuff that happened. And then the next video will be my first trimester update. So I'm just going to get into how I knew I was pregnant. We are just relaxing in today's vlog. I started getting ready. I only have like mascara and like concealer and bronzer on. That's all I could do. Anyways, so how I knew I was pregnant. I knew I was pregnant before the test even said positive. These symptoms have been so crazy. And my first symptom, which is so weird because I never experienced this with the other three, was cravings. I had crazy cravings, you guys. Like really weird cravings. The first craving I had before I even found out I was pregnant was baby dill pickles. How weird. Like that's such a common pregnancy thing. Like, oh, she's craving pickles. No, like literally, you guys, I was craving pickles. I remember it just hit me out of nowhere one day. I remember I was sitting there and I said, I really need pickles. Like really need pickles. Like I have to eat pickles. And I just kept eating them and eating them. And then the next day, I was still having the same craving. I was like, I need pickles. And then soon it got into, I needed them every night. Every night before bed, I'd get pickles, put them in like a little bowl. And then one night, Gage had ice cream, and I was like, can I dip my pickle in your ice cream? It was the strangest, it was the weirdest thing. And that night, I was like, you know what? Something's up. Like, I don't just crave pickles. Like, something's going on that I'm craving these dang pickles. Like, this is not normal. So, I took a pregnancy test. It was negative, you guys, negative. So I'm like, this is so strange. Like, why am I having these weird cravings? And then the next day came, and I was still craving these, you guys. Like, it was like a dire need. Like, I remember we ran out of the jar. That's how many I ate. We ran out of the jar, and I begged Gage to go get me from our local store pickles. And it was just, yeah. So, the next day, I took a test, and it was still negative. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And like, I'm like lacking on like a vitamin or like lacking in the salt department. Like, why am I craving these pickles? So I took a nap. I woke up and something in me, it was the weirdest thing, you guys. Something in me told me to take another pregnancy test. And that's not like me. If I've already taken one and it said negative, I'll wait. Like, I'll wait till the next day or wait a couple days. I woke up from that nap and I had the strongest urge. Something in me told me to take another pregnancy test. And I had the first response. So those aren't cheap to just take twice if it's already been negative that morning. So I went downstairs. I took the test. I'm like, after I took the test, I was like, why would I do that? That was such a waste. That was such a waste. Why would I do that? I went and looked at it and it was the faintest line. But it was there. It was so crazy. I remember my heart was beating so fast. I'm like, something told me to take that test, and sure, excuse my language, sure shit, there it was. There was the line. It wasn't dark by any means. It was very, 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 very light positive. Like, you could have almost called it a negative, but it was a very light positive. The next day, Gage and I took a pregnancy test, and it was positive. That was how I knew I was pregnant before I even got a positive. I had those crazy, crazy pickle cravings, and since then I haven't had pickle cravings. My body's weird. Like around from week 4, I'm guessing week 4 to week 6 is when I didn't have any like sickness or like symptoms. So I was craving a bunch of things. It would go from pickles to like something else. It was weird. Okay, so then I can't remember like how many weeks I was, but I had some cramping. No bleeding, nothing like that, just some cramping. And I went in to, like, it was late. I'm pretty sure it was late at, not late at night, but it was, you know, after clinic hours. And so I went into urgent care emergency room. I'm pretty sure pregnant women can't go into urgent care. It has to be in the emergency room. Anyways, so I went into there. They did blood work and they were gonna do an ultrasound. So they took my blood and I didn't know, at this point, I didn't know how far along I was. You know, I hadn't had my first appointment yet. You know, just whatever. Basically going off of like your last period, because I hadn't missed a period. So they went off my last period, so we didn't know how far along I was. So we went in, they did blood work, and then they brought me back for an ultrasound. Well, emergency departments, I don't know if it's everywhere, but our emergency room department, they won't let you see the baby on the ultrasound if you come in for emergency. It's just like, I don't know why. I don't know why. They just don't, because they want the doctors to see it first. They don't want you to like see something wrong with the baby. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just how they are. Anyways, so I didn't know what was going on. I don't know why I was cramping. With Westy, we had the same problem, except for with Westy, I actually had bleeding, like a lot of bleeding. But I didn't have bleeding this time. Yeah, they wanted to make sure everything was, you know, okay with baby, make sure nothing was wrong. So I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't see anything. They brought me back and we waited and waited. And at this point, I was like afraid that what if it's ectopic, because I am cramping, and you know, whatever. So the emergency room doctor comes in and he says that, okay, I'm not gonna get emotional because I've seen baby. Baby's good, baby's big, baby's healthy. But he comes in and he says that he can't see a baby, like nothing, like no sac, no, like there was nothing on the ultrasound, like there was like literally nothing. And the blood work came back, and my blood work, my HCGs, were only at 156. So he said there's 3 options, or three things that it could be. 1, it could be the start of a miscarriage. That's why my HCGs are low. That's why there's no baby. That was 1. 2, it could be an ectopic. That's why we don't see the baby, because it could be in your tubes. I'm pretty sure they looked at my tubes, but they couldn't see anything. But he said that could be a possibility, and that's why my HCG levels could be low, because apparently with ectopic, they rise, but they don't rise as quickly. And then the third case, he said that I could just be so super early that there's nothing to be seen yet. That was scary because you can't really do anything after that. And he sent paperwork, he sent all of that to my doctor, and she wanted me to come back in 2 days later. So this was on a Wednesday. She wanted me to come back in to like the clinic and get blood work to see if my HCGs were rising. 2 days later, which mind you, those 2 days were so hard because I didn't know if I was having a miscarriage, didn't know if it's ectopic or if baby is good. So 2 days later, it was a Friday. I remember we were gonna go up to the cabin and I was just praying that everything was fine. Got the blood work, and my HCG levels 2 days later were 321. So that was good news. The doctor said that's good news. Ectopic, they won't rise as quickly, and they doubled, and so that's a sign of like a healthy pregnancy. And I went in a week, that was a Friday, then I went in the following Wednesday. So Friday to Wednesday, a couple days, whatever, later, my doctor had me come back in, and she did another ultrasound. I'm gonna get that picture, by the way. She did another ultrasound, and It's so hard to see, but you see that little circle? That's all that was on there. There was no baby, there was no heartbeat, obviously. It was just a sac. There's nothing in this sac. And so that made me nervous. She said, you're probably still super early, and that baby's just, you can't see baby yet, you know? And so then she had me come in at 6 weeks to confirm that there is a baby in the uterus. Well, this confirmed, she said that there is a baby, well, there's a sac at least in the uterus and not in the fallopian tubes. And then she wanted me to come in, because then she like calculated my due date and like how far along I am when I met with her. So she wanted me to come in when I was 6 weeks. And so, to confirm that there was a baby like growing. And so then I went and had another ultrasound, and then there was little bitty baby in there. And that is the picture. That is the picture I posted on our Instagram. Just a little bitty baby growing. That was like the stress and deal of like what was going on at the beginning, and I'm sure it was so hard not to like talk about it with you guys. And you know, when you're dealing with that, you kind of don't want to share anything right away. And so yeah, it was a little stressful, but baby is good, baby is healthy. If you guys want to see pictures of baby, definitely go follow our Instagram. I'll give you a little sneak peek if you don't follow us on our Instagram. Here's baby now. Baby is doing good. Baby's definitely getting big. Baby was measuring at like 6 weeks. Baby was measuring smaller. At like, I was 6 weeks and how far along I was? I don't know. I can't remember how far along I was, but baby was measuring like 4 days smaller. Can't remember, but now baby is measuring 5 days to a week bigger. So baby's big, baby's healthy, baby's doing good. So yeah, that was how I knew I was pregnant and all of the stuff that happened at the beginning. Like I said, I'm gonna make this a 2-part, because if I went on and started talking about my symptoms from week 4 to week 13, this would be like an extremely long video, and I ain't got time to edit all of that. So I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be on the lookout for my first trimester update. There's so much more to update you guys on. And yeah, go follow us on our Instagram page. I will leave that link down below. We post pictures and Insta stories, so definitely go follow us on there. If you are new, be sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on. We will talk to you in our next video. Bye guys. Set out on a road that I built with my own 2 hands. I met friends on the way, people chosen to make a stand. I felt strong in the sun as I walked onto